Right, we're going to get to Ballarat because we need to assess these horses in the mounting yard for the Cup. I've spoken about Yonkers, Bruce, $26 chance.
He's good enough, Richo. They're good odds for a very good... I see he's your roughie. I mean, he's won the Shannon first up this time. He's very good at 2,000 metres. Here's Defibrillate. So he's been freshened up after the Geelong Cup. He won those 4 races in a row in the autumn and had a crack at the Australian Cup. I mean, if he was in that form, he'd be half the odds. By the way, Patrick Payne trained the last winner in Adelaide just after we were showing him with Northerly. Richo Zaydani, terrific win. There's a sense of timing here, isn't there?
No doubting. And the Lindsay Park have done this on a couple of occasions. Use the Matriarch, win the Matriarch and then go to a Ballarat Cup and win. That was when Pete Hayes was training for the operation, but it's a good plan. WT has a crack at the race again. What a marvel he's been. Paddy Payne, well, he ran 6th in the race last year, flashing down the outside. His 3rd crack at the Ballarat Cup. He's been close in the past. And Bruce, his thought of that, the one they have to catch.
Yeah, and he's the headline horse, Richo, isn't he? Because he's won his last 3. We think back to that Norman Robinson when he won so brilliantly and he was one of the favourites for the Derby and Warnings Derby, and then everything went wrong. Dean's talked about that. Hopefully he can really have a good day today. What about Charlize? Well,
the Mar Eustace team looking for their 4th winner of the day, ran 3rd behind Milton Park in a listed race during Cup Week at Flemington. Before that, ran 5th in the Angst and arguably could have finished a lot closer. 2,000 metres, first time having a crack at that trip. It's going to be a query until she proves she can do it. Godeline, I'm convinced, can do it because we've seen it in the past.
She's a good mare, isn't she? I mean, that Moe Cup was just so strong, and then the run of the Matriarch was a pass mark, I reckon. No, she's got a very good chance. Skyman, he's just so honest, Richo, isn't he? And look, Chris Waller, eh?
Yeah, Chris Waller, who ran 2nd behind Thought of That on a dry track when it was on speed bias, so meets it better off at the weights. I think it can run really well. Needs to hit the line, though. Foxy Frida, well, she'll run so well. It was a terrific win in the English Bracelet where she looped the field there. Papolino, horse number 18, is a good roughie in the race as well at around 70 to 1. They're just some of the key chances in the Sportsbet Ballarat Cup, Joel Kane.
Thank you very much, Richo. Yeah, the Sportsbet Ballarat Cup last year was an absolute cracker. Now you think 400 to go. It'll be thought of that in front. So who's got the slingshot out, ready to chase it down? Skyman gets back, so he'll want the pace on. No doubt about that, Skyman. But for me, I'd rather take Zaydani, the place at $3.10 for that. Good luck, punters, in this year's instalment of the Sportsbet Ballarat Cup, and gamble responsibly.
Dean Lester, they got to charge after Thought of That. Linda Meach, that magnificent clock in their head. She tends to get the sectionals right.
There's a little bit of heart as well as head here for me.
Katie, you would have ridden in a Ballarat Cup in the past. Who would you like to be riding here?
Yeah, I rode a couple of slow ones in the Ballarat Cup previous years, Richo. It is a tough little race. I sort of hope that Thought of That, and with Bruce, wins. Linda Meach deserves this. She's ridden this horse the whole way through, and a few hiccups there with not being able to keep the ride in some of those better races early days. But, look, she's won on the horse last start, and I just think the horse runs for her, so I'm with Thought of That.
So it's looking for 4 wins in a row. Linda Meach would create history there as a female rider winning the Ballarat Cup. Paddy Maloney's won the race before, so he's looking for his 2nd. So as Damien Oliver's looking for a 2nd as well, Bruce, for a terrific race from 60 kilos down to 54.
And Richo, we're just looking at Madeline Wishart here, the young woman that Dean talked about, and just what she might do on this horse Flash Show. I mean, how aggressive will she be? Dude, this will be something if the horse comes out, because it'll change everything. Richo, this race is basically as old as the Melbourne Cup. Started in 1861. Yeah, I'm certain that no female jockey's ridden a winner, so we could see a bit of history here.
Yeah, well, my records only go back to 1981 here, and thinking that there would be very few female riders riding before that. Here we go. Here's the race, the highlight for Sportsbet.
Racing. Pretty good line in a twinkling, goes back to the end with Foxy Frida restrained from that outside. Ellie and WT's going back to the end. Vanna Girl jumped well with Bartholomew Diaz and Thought of That made a line of 3 after 200. Skyman behind them from Flasher, Zaydani and Yonkers on the improve from Papolino. Then came Charlize in the middle of the field. In a twinkling on the fence from Princess Jenny. Then came Godeline 3 wide, a length WT well back in the field, settling down to Defibrillate with also Foxy Frida. Frida. To the back section, 1400 to go, and the favourite took it up, Thought of That. By a length to Yonkers. Vanagirl is third, and fourth is Bartholomew Diaz. 2 lengths to Skyman, who's fifth one off the fence outside of Zaydani, and then came Flashar 3 wide. Over a length, Papalino, who sits outside of Inner Twinkling, who's pulling from Charlie's 3 wide at the 11.50. 2 lengths to Princess Jenny, and then came Godeline around it. WT next along the fence from Defibrillate, and last is Foxy Frida. At halfway, 1,000 to go. Thought of That controlling this by 3/4 of a length to Yonkers. A length and a quarter, Vanagirl third from Bartholomew Diaz. Then Flashar fifth, 3 wide. Skyman between horses. Zaydani tucked away, 7th the rails. Then Charlie's Papalino next in a twinkling. Godeline from Princess Jenny WT. Second last, Defibrillate. Foxy Frida is last as they come up towards the home corner in the Sportsbet Ballarat Cup at the 600. Thought of That meets just now, steadily picks up the tempo and led by a length to Yonkers. Now they quicken, 2 lengths Vanagirl, Bartholomew Diaz, Skyman to the middle of the track from Papalino. Zaydani is going to cut the corner and makes up ground on the fence from Charlie's. It's Thought of That at the 250. Goes for home in the Ballarat Cup. A length and a half, Zaydani, Yonkers, Vanagirl and Skyman. Thought of That's got plenty of company trying to fend off Zaydani, Yonkers and Vanagirl lifting. Stretched across the track. Zaydani up on the inside, scraping painted Yonkers. Zaydani beat Yonkers and Vanagirl. Photo 4, Thought of That, or on the outside, Foxy Frida, then Skyman, next to finish in a twinkling, Papalino, Bartholomew Diaz, WT Defibrillate, Charlie's Flashar, well back Godeline and Princess Jenny amongst the tail enders.
Gee, what a great result this is for
winner now a Ballarat Cup. I feel like they're just starting to really find their straps now together.
Yeah, they're just building their team. Of course, their famous father, David, over in Hong Kong, and took a lot of their really good horses with them. Of course, he's still involved in Lindsay Park Racing in Australia. But they'll build up their team over time, and this has given them a huge result. What about the ride of Damien Oliver there, Bruce? He's on a horse with the outside barrier with 60 kilos, yet he gets Yonkers right up in the speed, and that not many had Yonkers in that speed map position. Look how close he's come to winning.
Nothing surprises you, does it, with Ollie? I mean, he is the master of, and he's ridden a great race here, and he must have thought he was going to win it about there and couldn't quite get the bob. Vanagirl's she's been out of form really for a while. Maybe she hasn't been in the right races. Thought of That, Richo, I guess slightly disappointing in the end, but it was a good run.
Yeah, especially because Yonkers was giving it weight, sat outside it and beat it home, so had every possible chance. Hear from the winning trainer now. It's Ben Hayes.
Yeah, we're down here in the Luke Nolan fan club. Ben Hayes is the captain coach. Ben, what a result, what a mare. She's a ripper, mate. Congratulations.
She is, and I think it's full credit to Luke. She didn't go round one horse again, and that gap she took up the straight was very tight, and she just showed how tough she is, and she was so strong through the line. So such a big thrill. Well done to all the team. My brother in Hong Kong, JD, he's thrilled. And just really good to get a nice winner again.
Hey, what does a win like this mean? She obviously got the Group 2 at Flemington last start, which is a thrill, but you know, a mare like this in your first spring out on your own with JD, what does it mean?
She's, along with Mr. Brightside, she's the pin-up girl of the stable, and Mr. Brightside's the pin-up boy, so thanks, Mac. I have to say congratulations to Brendan Cherry. They've been good supporters of us, and they've allowed us to place this horse. And for her to come and win and give them a reward like that for such good prize money just shows what a champ she is.
What were your emotions like throughout that run? She was 3 back on the inside, which looked to be a nice spot. She had the leaders within her sights.
Yeah, I was very happy where we settled. She was close enough. They didn't look to go along very hard. To be honest, James, I was in the corner over there and I was trying to look at the screen right over there, so I was more listening, but I could see up the straight she was taking that gap, that needle-eye gap, and I thought she won, and she did. Thanks, Maury.
She's won 2 of the biggest prizes in the spring. What do you do with her now? Does she go for a break and chase a Group 1 win in the autumn?
I think so. She deserves it. This is this add-on. The grand final was the matriarch, and she came through that so well. We thought we'd have a crack at the Ballarat Cup, and gee, she was impressive.
Well, mate, go and soak this one up. One of the biggest wins of the spring for Team Lindsay Park. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
And for Ben, he wins his second Ballarat Cup. He was a co-trainer when Pillow Desai was able to win.